Morning students. I am Rajni Kadam, PGTCS from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1 Army Jodhpur. Now I am discussing about SQL functions and join in SQL. This is the last topic of this unit. Okay. Now what will we learn? We will learn different SQL functions such as sum, ABG, count, max, min and joins having equijoin and natural join. Okay. Now what is SQL function? SQL has many inbuilt functions which user have not to be defined, and these functions are used for the user. These functions are available for the user for doing the different tasks. There are two types of the SQL functions. First one is the SQL scalar function or the single row function, and next one is the SQL aggregate function or group function. Scalar functions are those functions which are applied on the single row or on the single word. There are several scalar functions such as uCase, lcase, mid, length, round and now function. We will discuss about these functions. Okay. Lcase function, it converts the string within the parenthesis into the lower case in the lower case. Lower case means in the small letters. uCase functions converts the string into the uppercase, that is in the capital letters. Mid function extracts the characters from the text field and text, and length function will return the length of the text field. Round function will return the numeric value after round up the particular number. Now function will return the current system date and time. Okay. Next is the SQL aggregate function. There are several SQL aggregate functions which are applied on the set of rows. These are not applied on the single value or not applied on the single row. These are applied on the set of rows, and these gives the output as the single value. Okay. There are some useful aggregate functions are ABG function for average, count function for counting number of rows, first and last functions. These are used to return first and last rows, last values respectively. These are only supported in MS Access. These are not supported by MySQL or Oracle, etc. Next one is the max function to return the largest value, and then the min function to return the smallest value, and last is the sum function which returns the sum or addition of the value after addition. Now first of all we will discuss about some scalar functions of SQL. First one is the uCase function. uCase function, as we have earlier discussed, uCase is used to convert the particular string into the capital letters or uppercase letters. And the using uCase command is so simple. What is the command? Select uCase, and within the parenthesis you can write either the name, either any string or name of any column. If you have given name of column, then the set of rows will be executed, which depends on the number of rows in a particular column. I have given only a single string. Select uCase Ram. Ram is written in small letters, but here it is shown in the capital. Okay, this is the function of uCase. This is the working of uCase function. Next, lcase function. Lcase function is used to convert the string into the small letters. Okay. Now, you can see I have written select lcase Ram. Then Ram is converted into the, here Ram was written in the capital letters, but here it is converted into the small letters. Okay. If I have written the name of any column without any single quote or double quote, then it will lcase will contain the values of that column in small letters. Okay. Now next scalar function is mid function. Mid function is used to provide particular string. It is just like the sub-str function. Mid function and sub-str function both working of both are same. Okay. Mid function gives the substring from first character to this one, fourth character. Okay. What is the first character? K. I have written the command select mid KV1 Army Jodhpur, comma 1, comma 4. 1 means pick the string from first position and up to fourth position. First position is K, second is V, next third is 1, and fourth is space. Space is also counted. So the extracted string will be KV1. Okay. Next function is the length function. Length function, it provides length of the string given in the parenthesis. What is the length of KV1 Army Jodhpur? It is 16. So the length function counts the characters 1, 2, 3, space 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, space 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And what output is 16. Okay. Now round function, it is quite important function, and there are various versions of round function. You can see here, round function is used to round up the particular number into the and converts it into the whole number. If we write select round 12.89, you can see what is the number after decimal. It is 8. If the number is 5 or greater, then this digit before the decimal will be upgraded by 1, that is 13. If we write the select command select round 12.89, then 12.89 is round up into the 13. Okay. And second version is we have provided comma 1. Select round 12.89 comma 1. Comma 1 means round up the digit, round up the number up to 1 digit after the decimal. Okay. Then what is the output? 12 point, what is the first digit? 8. But after 8 what is the digit? It is 9, which is greater than 5. Which is greater than 5 or which is either 5 or greater than 5, then we will increase this digit. Then what will be the output? 12.9. If there was 1, if I have given, if I have written the command select round 12.81 comma 1, then the output will be 12.8 only. Why? 1 is not greater than or equals to 5. Then this digit 8 will not be round up into the 9. Okay. This is the second version of round function. Now the third version of round function. If we have written select round number -1. -1 means nearest tens. -2 means nearest 100. -3 means nearest 1000. So if I have written select round 12.89 -1, it means give the nearest 10 of this number. Where the 12.89 falls between 10 and 20. Nearest 10 means it is between 10 and between 20. Which one is nearest to 12.89? It's 10. Then output will be 10. And in this example, where is the 12.89 exists between 0 and 100? It is near to 0. Okay, it is nearby 0. Hence the output is 0. Okay. If we have given the number 50.5 -2, then it is near to the 100. Then output output will be 100. Okay, understand? Now the next function is now sleep functions. Now function. now function is used to show the current date and time. In the similar way, sysdate is also used to show the current date and time. Okay, but what is difference between two? If we use sleep function, sysdate provides the current date and time, but now shows only the time of execution. Now shows only the time of execution, but sysdate shows current time along with the date. Look here, at first I have given the command select now. It shows the current date and time. Then I shows the command select sysdate. It shows the current date and time. Now I have given the third command select sysdate. First show the sysdate. Here is the system date. Then sleep function for 2 minutes. Sleep for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes. No, it's 2 seconds. Sleep for 2 seconds. Okay, and then again execute sysdate. Okay, you can see here is the time 13:11:21, and here is the time 13:11:23. Okay, so this is the working of sysdate function. Sysdate function shows only system date, whereas now function executes current the time of execution. Okay, if we write the query select now comma sleep 2 comma now, then now function will execute both time as same. Why? Because it executes at the time after sleeping, it executes at that time, and it never executes the system time. Okay, now some SQL aggregate function. We we are discussing about the aggregate functions. Aggregate functions are those functions which are working on the set of rows or of group of values. Okay, here is the table, employee table. You can see here is the employee table, and we will use some aggregate functions. First of all, sum function and average function. Sum function is used to provide the sum of particular column or particular set of values. For example, if we return select sum salary from employee where ename equals to Shyam, we only want to add the values of Shyam. Add the salary of Shyam. Here is the salary column. This one is salary. Okay, then I want to sum these two, and what is the output? This one. Select sum of salary from employee EMP table. This table is EMP table where ename equals to, you have seen here, this one is the EMP table and this is salary column. Okay, from employee table where ename equals to Shyam. So what will be the output? Add the values of column salary where row ename equals to Shyam. Then the output will be this. Sum function will add the values according to the criteria. Next one is AVG function. AVG function will average it. Okay, select AVG salary from employee where ename equals to Shyam. Now this one, what was the sum? 1,40,000. And what is the average? 70,000. Do you know how we can calculate the average? Sum upon total number of records. What is sum? Sum is 1,040 lakh, and how many records were there? 2. So we have divided with 2. So the average is 70,000. So it was the use of sum function and AVG function. AVG used for average. Okay. Now count function. Count function is used to count the total number of rows. Okay, here is the table employee. If I write select count star from employee, count star means count all the rows. How many rows are here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Then the output is 7. है ना? Okay, select count star from employee. Then how many rows are count? 7. Now I have written select count phone from employee. This column is phone. and you can see here is one value is null, that is blank value. So what is the output? 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the output is 6. So we can say that count function counts the not null values only. If we have given asterisk symbol, then it will count the total number of rows of a particular table, and if we have given the name of column within the bracket, then it will count only the not null values. Now max function and min function, these two are also the aggregate function. Max function is used to find the maximum value. Suppose for example, we have written select max salary from EMP, then salary column, this column, and what is the maximum salary? Maximum salary is 90,000, and here is the max salary, output is 90,000. In the similar way, if we write the query select min salary from employee, then what is the minimum salary? Minimum 50,000. Okay, yes, here is the output 50,000. Okay, these were the different functions, scalar functions and aggregate functions. Now it's time for the join in MySQL. What is join? Database management system, that is DBMS, allows retrieving the data from more than one tables. Okay, and this work is completed with the help of join. So we can say join is the query that combines the rows from two or more tables. That is the function of combining data from multiple tables is known as joining. For example, we have taken two tables. For showing this example, we have taken two tables. First one is the department, second one is employee. Okay, suppose I have written a query select star from department comma EMP semicolon. Then what will happen? A new table will be shown which contains all the columns of this table and also all the columns of this table. Then the resultant table will contain the column 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, total 9 columns. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. Okay, and how many rows will be there? This row will combine with this row first, and then with this, and then with this, then this, okay. In the same manner, this row will also combine with this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and this one. Okay, it means all the possible combinations of both the tables will be formed. It means total number of columns of this query will be result into the total number of columns of both tables, and total number of rows will be resultant rows of multiplication of both the rows. How many rows are in this department table? 2 rows. And how many rows are in this employee table? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 rows. Then the resultant table, the query of this resultant table will be total 7 into 14, 14 rows, and how many columns? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and 9 columns. Okay, it means this type of join in which all the rows and columns are involved, whether it is found okay or not, these are involved. This is known as Cartesian product. This is simple join or Cartesian product. You can see in this example. This is a simple join or Cartesian product. We have written either for this we have written either the query select star from EMP comma DEPT or select star from EMP join. We can also use join instead of comma, join department, or we can also use select star from EMP cross join department. Join equivalents to cross join. By default it is cross join. Okay, the output will be same as in this. You can see total 14 rows. How many rows were there? 14. We have calculated 14 rows. And how many columns? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. 9 columns and total 14 rows are here. Okay, this is known as simple join or Cartesian product or cross join, which is the simplest form of join. Okay, I have already explained all this. How can we calculate the total number of rows and total number of columns in the Cartesian product? But in real life, Cartesian product is not feasible because it contains all the possible combinations, whether it is required or not. To solve this type of the problem, we need some other type of the join which is very much near to our real life. So we will use equijoin, non-equijoin or natural join. In this, equijoin and natural join both are in your syllabus. Okay. For this, we must know about the table alias or qualified name. Table alias or qualified name. These are the temporary name of the table or the table for reducing the ambiguity of the query, reducing the complexity of the query. At the time of table alias, we will use only the short name or nickname of the table, and it is used for the query so that the table so that the query will become the simplest. Okay. Now example of table alias and qualified name. Suppose we have written this query. Select e.employee ID. Here are two tables. First one was the employee table and the second one the department table. I have already shown it in the previous slides. Okay. I have written select e.employee ID comma post from employee E comma department D, where e.employee ID equals to d.employee ID. Here E and D, these are the nickname of employee and department table. You can see employee, and after this, after space, we have written E. Department, we have written D. Okay. So we can use these alias E and D for the temporary name of the table. This is useful whenever we want a lot of columns from a particular table. We can't give this is the qualified name. Okay. Qualified name means whenever there are two identical columns in the two tables, two tables having the same having the column with the same name, we have to give the table we have to give them the qualified name. Qualified name shows that shows whether the particular column of the first table or is it of the second table. Okay. And qualified name is made of table name dot column name. Okay. So in this thing, this D dot employee ID or E dot employee ID, as employee table and department table both contain employee ID, both contain the column with the name employee ID. So to reduce ambiguity, we shows here that E dot employee ID means employee dot employee ID of employee table, and here D dot employee ID equals to employee ID of department table. Okay. So these are the qualified name which shows the particular address of which shows the address of particular column, and this is known as qualified name. This is qualified name. And this department D or employee E, this is known as E. This is known as table alias. Okay. So for these table allies, we have to give only only a nickname after giving the name of the table. Okay. So if we want only the employee ID of table employee and post from the table department, only employee ID of employee and post from department table having the same value in the employee ID, then we have to write the query select e dot employee ID comma post from employee E comma department D, where e dot employee ID equals to d dot employee ID. Or we can also write select e dot employee ID comma post from employee E natural join department D. Here natural join eliminates the redundancy. That is, it eliminates removes all the duplicate columns. Okay, we can see this in this example. Okay, in this example E and in the above example E and D are the table allies and employee and department respectively, and E dot employee ID and D dot employee ID are the qualified name of the particular column employee ID of the table employee and department respectively. And here is the output. Okay, now equijoin versus non-equijoin. All the join which contains the equal to sign, where the condition is checked on the basis of equality, is known as equijoin, and where the condition is not checked on the basis of equality of particular column. You can see here is the query select e dot employee ID post from employee E department D, where e dot employee ID equals to d dot employee ID. We are checking the condition as per the employee ID column, equality of the employee ID column of both table. Here we are using two columns checking here we are using two tables to check on behalf of their equal column. So this type of join where we use a particular particular columns for checking equality is known as equijoin. And all other queries where it is checked on other than equality, it is known as non-equijoin. For example, here select e dot employee ID post from employee E department D, where e dot employee ID equals to 101. Here is only employee ID of employee table is checked on behalf of the 101, not department employee ID is used. Okay, this type of join is known as non-equijoin. Now natural join operation that gives the resultant table. I have already told you that natural join is the join operation that gives the resultant table based on the common columns and common rows in the both the tables being joined. Common columns are the columns that have the same name in both the tables. Okay, and the common rows are identical values having the common column. Okay, we can write the command of natural join for the above two tables as given below. Both queries will produce the same result. Okay, then the if we write the query select select employee dot star comma post from employee comma department, where employee dot employee ID equals to department dot department ID, or we have written select star from employee natural join department, then the output will be same. Okay, then what happens in the first case? We have taken all the records of employee table but only post from department table. Why? Because employee ID is duplicate in the is also present in the table department, but we have taken only post from the department table to reduce the redundancy. In the second case, we only uses the natural join keyword select star from employee natural join department. Natural join keyword will automatically eliminate the duplicate columns as well as the duplicate rows. Here we have to given the condition after where clause, okay, but here we did not have to provide any condition for the whether it is taken all the columns from the employee table or only from the table department. Okay, here we only have the keyword natural join. Okay students, now it's time for the questions regarding presentation. I hope you have better understand. It's time for the questions regarding the presentation. First, what do you mean by the join in SQL? Next, what is Cartesian product? How can you find the Cartesian product in SQL? Write the different methods. Third one, if a table A contains 7 rows and 4 columns, and another table B contains 3 rows and 5 columns, then what will be the degree and cardinality of the resultant table formed by the Cartesian product of both the tables? Okay, I hope you will solve these problems. Next one is differentiate between cross join and natural join. Next one is Cartesian product and equijoin. Next is equijoin and non-equijoin. Next question is, what do you mean by the table alias and qualified name? And the last question is, give the output of the following query. Select round this value, select round 12.228, 2 and select round 12.222, -3. I hope you will able to answer these questions now. Okay, that's all for today. Have a nice day.